Hey, this is Josh from WiiFolder.com, and we're going to go on a little tour of Dr. Mario Virus Buster for the WiiWare channel. So let's check it out. You can save 4 different profiles here. In other words, this is going to track that particular person's high scores and stuff like that. You can always delete one of these by pressing the minus button on the Wii Remote. I'm going to go ahead and load my profile up here. Now the way I look at it, Dr. Mario is kind of separated into 2 different games. There's the classic version of the game, as well as a new Wii-type version, which allows you to point and click at the pieces, which is a lot of fun, and it's actually my favorite. We're going to start off with the classic version, though. Here's the main menu for it. There's a bunch of different options. I'm going to quickly go over all of them, and then we'll jump into a game. The first one is the one-player mode, and you have a few options here to play it by yourself, or you can play it against a computer, or you can play it against the computer and kill specific viruses. So 3 different types of modes to play if you're just playing it by yourself. Here's the 2-player mode. It's very similar to the 1-player mode, which is the normal versus, as well as the versus, but you would kill the certain viruses that they show you to. The Wi-Fi I'm actually going to cover in an entirely different video tour, so if you want to see the Wi-Fi, check that out. Moving down to the options, you have a few things you can do here. For starters, you can switch it so that you actually don't see where the pill is going to land. I find that kind of annoying. And you can also choose to view Mario, your Mii, or a random Mii whenever you're playing. I choose Mario because he's much better than a Mii. And then you can also change your Mii, which I really don't want to do. But yeah, so those are the options that you get in the options mode. Moving down here, this is the lessons. If you're like me and totally crappy at Dr. Mario, these could come in pretty handy for you. It gives you little video lessons and explains to you how to make the best combos and stuff like that. And then the final option down here is where you're going to come to view your personal records. Here, for example, are all my offline records, and here are all my Wi-Fi records. Every match that I've played in Wi-Fi, I have lost miserably. But anyways, I think that's a pretty good look at the menus that you get for the classic Dr. Mario game. We're going to go ahead and actually play the game now. I'm just going to play by myself. I don't really want a computer in there. And before you start up a match, you got several different options you can mess around with here. The first one is the virus level. The higher it is, the more viruses that are going to appear on the stage. I'm going to be really wimpy and go with 0. Trust me, I'm bad. You can also adjust the speed at which the pills are going to fall down. And again, like I said, I'm terrible, so let's put it at low, just so I have a chance. And then finally, you can mess around with the music and change that. I'm just going to select random, because all that music is actually awesome. Alright, so here we go. If you've played Dr. Mario before in the past, this will be very familiar to you. The goal is to connect 4 alike colors to get rid of the viruses inside of this pill bottle. And the game actually supports all of the control schemes that Super Smash Bros. Brawl does, which includes the Wii Remote on its side, which is what I'm using right here, the Wii Remote and the Nunchuck, the classic controller, and also even the GameCube controller. So any way you want to play this game, you're pretty much covered. I wouldn't say that any control scheme is actually better than another one. It's kind of just whatever you prefer. Wii Remote on its side is really nice and simple, and it works perfectly fine for me. Alright, there we go. See, when the game is really easy, I can actually beat it. You can retry this stage, or you can decide to move on to the next stage. I'm going to go ahead and move on, make it a little bit harder. Now, I didn't get a chance to mention it before, so let's go ahead and do that now. The top left corner is going to show you your overall high score. It's going to show you your current score, as well as the time that it's taking you to beat this particular stage. And then in the bottom right corner, it's going to show you a bunch of different information. For example, it shows you how many viruses are currently on the screen. It shows you the speed of the pill, as well as the difficulty level. I'm at 0-1, which is still incredibly easy. And then, of course, if you look in the top right corner, you can see Mario is going to be throwing the pills, and if you glance up there, you can see what type of pill is coming next. And then the bottom left corner is just going to show you what type of viruses are left. Now, I'm sure there's a bunch of Dr. Mario pros out there wondering if this game is as difficult as it always was, so I'm going to basically go on a kamikaze mission and put it as at the hardest difficulty level. So here we go. I'm already almost dead. This is like pissing into the wind. I'm not getting anywhere. And yeah, there's no way in hell I can do that. But I think that's a pretty good look at the classic version of Dr. Mario here. I'm not sure if it's actually translated to classic mode or anything like that. That's just kind of what I call it. We're going to go ahead and take a look at another mode that you can play, which is a sort of a Wii-specific mode for Dr. Mario. And this actually uses the pointer functionality. Here's the main menu for it. There's a few different things that you can do here. These little tabs on the side will give you a description of each option here. This is just going through the different controls. We don't need to look at that because I'm going to tell you how to control it anyway. And this is the high scores for this particular mode. Let's jump into it though. And much like the other mode for Dr. Mario, you can change your virus level. And I'm going to go ahead and put that pretty low. You can change the game level to easy, normal, or hard. That would be the speed of the pill. And then the music you can switch to fever or chill. I don't know why there's only 2 options for music for this version. Maybe you unlock it, I don't know. So, as you can see, you're going to have a little cursor on screen here, and you point at the pills, grab them with the A button, and then drag them and drop them anywhere that you want to place them. By the way, you can change the position of the pill with the B trigger. And it's a really fun, and it's kind of a little bit more of a simple mode of Dr. Mario, although it does actually get quite difficult. But yeah, overall, I don't know, I just kind of find this mode to be a little bit more fun. Probably because I'm a total whore when it comes to Wii functionality, so being able to point and drag actually makes this feel like it's not just a port to the classic Dr. Mario game. It actually has something that's really new and feels sort of different. I should also mention that the pills, even when you're grabbing a pill, it's still going to be scrolling downward, so you can't just grab a pill and sit and think. Now, what's really cool about this mode is that it actually features co-op for up to 4 different people. So, all you have to do is activate 3 other Wii remotes and then have your friends or your family point at the screen, and everybody kind of works together and points and clicks and drags, and it's really crazy. Here though, at the time I'm doing this, nobody else was around, so I'm trying to co-op this by myself, just to give you guys a little bit of an example as to how it works. But I have tried this with 4 other people, and trust me, it's really fun and it gets really crazy. And just like the other mode, if you look in the top right corner, you can see what pill is coming up next. You can see your high score, your current score, your time, and then the different difficulty settings. And I do want to mention that I don't want to give off the impression that this is kind of Dr. Mario for noobs or for beginners. You can set this to a much higher difficulty level, and it will definitely be challenging. Okay, but I'm going to back out of this, and I think we're going to call it quits here and wrap up this video tour for Dr. Mario on the WiiWare channel. It's a lot of fun. It's definitely one of the higher quality launch titles, so I definitely recommend picking it up when it comes out in America. It's only $10 or 1,000 Wii points, so go ahead and check it out.